Hello and happy Friday. Not happy Friday for everybody just yet, but we're close to the end of the week, and I just wanted to say a big hi and hello to the collective. Quite funny, not funny, but I am in a community garden, and I love the fact that I'm in a community garden and saying a big hi and hello to the collective. Molly Bob is saying hello also. He is sitting right next to me waiting to play ball. I just wanted to share a quick update, and I'm about to post my latest iteration of the Formless methodology series, which is step 3, Relearn. And it's a great one, as somebody who has big thoughts, big ideas, quite visionary. I do love this step because this leads us out of Unlearn, which is whereby we have been in the formless and we have been reshaping, shaping, releasing, reimagining what's possible and creating. Molly Bob, come here. Molly Bob is crying at me because he wants his ball. And basically what it means is that we now move into Relearn, which is all around the testing and the implementation. So we've come up with these big ideas or thoughts of how we can do things differently, and we now move into this newly optimized form. And in this space and place, this is really where you become anti-fragile. You begin to bounce forward in terms of bringing to life, testing and implementing all your ideas, your new optimized form in terms of, whether that's a new business strategy or a new way that you're going to roll out a rhythm with your team. When it comes to life, it might be a new behavior that you're implementing. It could be that you are, looking at what can you be doing in the mornings where you have more time for yourself, for example. Powering up and powering down is what I like to call it. But this is really the phase where we get to really start to test, try out those new solutions, continuously iterate, lose the perfection, and continue to shape and reshape. And so I wanted to share that with you because I have been living and breathing this formless methodology experience, if you like. And it is, I am well and truly now in the Relearn. I've done so much learn in terms of awareness and letting go, and then moving into the Unlearn, which is where I have done endless research, experimentation, reimagining what's possible in every aspect of myself, my whole self, which is my, life, leadership and business. And so I wanted to share that with you because in the Relearn, we have this chance to really test different things out and see what lands, but also then if it doesn't land, we have this ability to then adapt and test and play with other ways of bringing to life what we've created in the formless. So I hope this resonates with you all the flow science and the neuroscience and the tools and practices that I apply to myself and the leaders and teams and businesses I work with. They're in the actual post, in the Substack post. The last bit I wanted to talk about just quickly was that it's been a really profound week for me, in terms of just regeneration. I've been talking to that many different amazing people around the world on my podcast, and I was honored this week to be able to go and be a mentor with my 15-year-old niece. And then I've spoken to people as young as 22 who are founders and making huge social impact in the world that I've spoken to on the podcast. Even Molly Bob, my little chief energy officer here, who is running around with his tennis ball, he's been making fundamental differences in his little behaviors and things like that. But I guess where I was going with this is that we all have this ability to I guess for me, create and imagine what's possible. And I reflected on being at the school with my niece the other day. She's 15 and she has the world at her her oyster at her feet. There was 2 of them actually, they both do. And, you know, then there's this 22-year-old, and then there's someone like me who's 48. And here I am, you know, reshaping myself from where I was 3 years ago to now. And so this is the reminder that anything is possible. And when we allow ourselves to let go, reimagine, reimagine what's possible, and then start to reshape and implement and test it, that is the ultimate place that we can really evolve and what I like to say is optimally thrive. Have wonderful weekends and talk soon. Bye.